Good morning from Porto.
Everything's alright with the violet sky on my skin. Ooh, baby, I feel high with the violet sky on my skin. Let me breathe deep, let me get away. There's no place else I'd rather be.
So we have been in Porto for the last few days now, and even though the entire trip in Portugal so far has been absolutely wonderful, this was the perfect place to end.
Yeah.
I would honestly say that Porto is a gem hidden in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many cool little streets and restaurants and bars, and it's creative and kind and warm. And so I think we're going to just sit down and share some of our favorite finds. We've seen a quote and I thought it was absolutely hilarious, and it was,
If you're in Porto, you've already done it right. You didn't go to Lisbon.
I think that's super funny. And that's not to trash Lisbon at all, because Lisbon is super forward thinking, super cool, super cutting edge. But this city, the second you step into it, has a charm about it that is different for sure. The energy feels different. I'm definitely going to be doing a postcards from Porto, so you have to keep an eye out for that. I'm not sure if that's going to come out before the vlog or after, but regardless, we're going to try to give you some of our best tips and things to do here in the city. So in Porto, you're probably going to need about 3 days to get through everything, because as we mentioned, there's a lot to do. And while there's so many different sort of monuments, it's not like in Berlin where you have the main gate or the Siegessäule. The whole city is kind of just hiddenly special. And if you can, we would recommend maybe coming on a weekday, because on the weekends, the tour groups here are absolutely ferocious.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of ridiculous how many that there can be. In terms of shooting video and photography, don't worry about getting up too early. We got up early at 7 a.m. 2 days in a row, and it didn't really matter.
No.
The blue hour is actually best at sunset, but again, there's a lot of people. However, if you're patient enough, you can get some really, really great shots, which we did, actually. And when we woke up at 7, we actually realized that the most beautiful light usually hits around 8 a.m. And even throughout the day. Just like in Lisbon, the city just has so many different cracks and crevices and layers and textures. You really kind of want like that 10 a.m. light, or even that direct harsh sunlight as it kind of cuts through all the different cracks.
Yeah.
And that's when it really starts to highlight the city well. The streets are super narrow, and the buildings are all staggered in different ways. You get some really beautiful looks. So don't be afraid to have your camera all day, which is actually a really great thing. So you don't have to always get up early.
Yeah.
Now, to talk about the sunset times, which is sort of a huge thing here. There's some beautiful viewpoints, and there's a lot of viewpoints, but in our opinion, the best viewpoint is near the Superboc Arena. And what's that specific park called?
It's the Park de Palacio Cristobal.
Yes, and within that park, there is a very specific location, and I'll mark that down below. And if you go there, you will get some ridiculous shots.
Yeah.
But the thing that you have to be patient about is you want to make sure that you really wait for that blue hour moment where it's still light enough, the skies are pink enough, but dark enough that they are turning on the city lights. That's when it got quite magical. So it's right before all the light is gone, and it's epic. So grab some snacks, grab a beer, grab sandwiches, and really take that in. All the other viewpoints are great, but if you only had to pick one, that's definitely the one. there are tons of options. But right away, this city is really incredible for bar snacks. And so the top one is probably going to be Gazella's. You're probably going to research and find that out. And it's the little Portuguese grilled hot dogs. What are they called again? Chacharinos?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you're Portuguese and I butchered that. But outstanding. Gazella's is amazing. There's 2 locations, by the way, just right near each other. The original is a bit smaller. It's on the corner. But go there for sure. It's a wonderful experience. And Nuno is an amazing man. He's fantastic. He will guide you if you are ordering the wrong thing, which we started with. And then after that, you need to go to the sandwich institution here, which is Casaguitas. It is near the Combi coffee shop. So if you're looking for Casaguitas, there's a few now. The original is the one near Combi coffee shop. And it's also a little corner joint. It looks more like a little walk-up window.
Yeah.
It's very, very small. All the other ones are bigger restaurant style. And you definitely want to go to the original one. It's got this nostalgic vibe. Now, in terms of places to go for dinner, there are a plethora of places. But the one spot that I would highly recommend is Taberna Santo Antonio. It has been around here for a very long time, family run, and it was fantastic. It's one of those like special, been around forever, hole in the wall looking sort of places, but the food is amazing and the price is incredible. We literally had appetizer, 2 mains, 2 glasses of wine, 2 glasses of port,
2 espressos.
2 espressos, and it was 38 euros.
Yeah.
And the food was excellent.
Yeah.
However, there's a lot of high-end places here to eat as well. There's a place called Porto, which is super cool for cocktails. A place called Mito. We didn't really do that because we wanted sort of that local experience, but if you had to pick one, definitely go there. In the area where we stayed, there's a little corner area that is amazing. We also ate there for one of the nights, and suddenly a little street concert broke out, and we took some phone footage. So we'll put that up if we can, but really lively neighborhood, incredible places to eat here with the most warm people ever. One thing I forgot to mention is if you are going to one of the main markets in Bulhau, there is a Empanadas place there, and it was absolutely delicious. So if you need a little snack throughout the day, definitely stop there. So one of the other famous things that people definitely do here besides the sunset is head to the Livraria Lello, which is the bookshop where it is said that Harry Potter was dreamed up by J.K. Rowling. And Kat had told me, and I didn't know this, that she was a teacher here for 10 years. And the school uniforms look like the outfits from Hogwarts.
Yeah.
And it all makes sense. And if you go to the library, you can see the Harry Potter world. It is crowded, so either go right early in the morning, or another even better tip is to go right before close, because once they close, they don't let anybody else in, and as people leave, it starts to clear out, and you can really get a good view of the bookshop. The last major tip is when you walk up, there's a huge line, but that line is actually for just people who wanting to pay the entrance fee, because there is one at the door, and it's 6 euros. But if you just go to their website, you can buy the entrance fee ticket for 5 euros right from your phone, and you can skip the entire lineup and go right in.
So good.
Yeah, the young lady at the front was so helpful. She said, just pick the first time you see available and walk straight to the front and you're in. There was a lineup of probably about 100 people, and Kat and I just bought it on our phone. It took us 5 minutes and we were in right away. And a beautiful sight for sure. I think as an attraction, that was probably my favorite attraction. Yes. Like I said, there's beautiful buildings and other attractions here, but the city is a gem in itself, but that's, to me, is the main sort of site.
Yeah.
There is also a lot of buildings Hold on, there's some sirens here. There is other beautiful sights that you can see here. There's a lot of tiled buildings. The Sao Bento train station, which is super popular, but you don't have to do those. I wouldn't say that those are must. I would say just enjoy walking the streets of the city and taking in the energy. That is it pretty much from this leg and final leg of our Portugal trip. However, our trip is not fully done. So we are actually now packing up and heading off to our final leg of the overall trip. So we'll see you over there.